Shalom and welcome to Barashit Layer 4. If you have not seen Barashit Layer 3, please go back and watch it, as this will give you an insight to this Layer 4 meaning. Let's begin. As you know, this is the meanings table. It contains each letter of the word Barashit, its symbol and meaning. You should be familiar with these from the Aleph Beit videos. So let's look at the last row. Here we put the letters of the word Barashit together 4 by 4. In the Beit column we have the Beit, Resh, Aleph and Shin together, giving us the word Barosh, which means in, head, top, chief, hair of the head, in skull. Colloquially it means brains, intelligence. Biblically it means division section at the head of. We also get the word Bash, which means in front, in first place, at the top of the, in the head. And we get the word Brosh, which means tree. In the Reish column we have the Reish, Aleph, Shin and Yod together, giving us the word Rashi, which means main, head, chief. In the Aleph column we have the Aleph, Shin, Yod and Tav together, giving us the word Ashit, which means the very start, I will impose, I will set, I will place. This word's meaning depends on the context of the scripture it appears in. This word is said to be untranslatable. However, it is important that when we have words like this, that we go back to the ancient symbols. As you know, a picture can be like 1,000 words, and it will give us a clearer understanding of what this word is saying in the passage it is in. Now, let's look at these words in context. So Beit, Resh, Aleph and Shin together gives us the word Barosh. In context, this means God said in first place, in front. God had to set someone in front because of his holiness. God desired relationship, so he, like us, envisioned what and who he would create. God, being all-knowing, saw that if he just started to create, a problem would arise, i.e. evil, and cause his creation to be lost forever, because they would have sin, and sin cannot be in the presence of his holiness. To everything there is an opposite, i.e. heat from a kettle gives warm drinks, but can also burn when you touch it, or exercise causes fat to dry up on the inside, but comes out wet as sweat on the outside, etc. It was fair and just for God to give his creation free will. God also knew what would happen if he did. God did not let that faze him. So God, being all-knowing, knew he had to set a mediator who could be around sin without obliterating it. God is like turning on a light in a dark room. The darkness is gone. God didn't want us to be gone, lost forever. That would break his heart. So this mediator is God's Son, whom God made everything through, and whom would bring his creation back from being born under sin. Another example of God protecting his creation from his holiness is when God confused the languages when they were building the Tower of Babel. Not to be mean, God did not confuse their language to be mean, but to save their lives. If they ascended to God's presence, they would have been destroyed because of God's holiness. He cannot mix with sin, and it wasn't time for the Son to come. So this is why Barosh, God had to set someone in front, Yeshua, to bear that interaction with sin and get us back. Next we have the letters Resh, Aleph, Shin and Yod, giving us the word Rashi, which in context means the main will be my chief, head of the section of division. God had to place a chief to separate the sheep from the goats. Otherwise, all would be lost. If God did this without the chief in front, i.e. Yeshua, the sheep would have been destroyed along with the goats. Darkness disintegrates in God's presence. Like turning on a light in a dark room, the darkness is instantly gone. His holiness is naturally destroys anything that is unholy. So to avoid the creation he loves that became unholy due to sin from being destroyed, God set Yeshua in place as his Son, his word, his arm, and his covenant, in the main, head of the section of division. And now we have the word Ashit with the Aleph, Shin, Yod and Tav together. In context, this means from the very start. Yeshua was with God, in God, from the very start, because God knew all that would happen, and only himself in and through Yeshua could bring restoration. And now the layer 4 meaning of Barashit all together. God said, in first place, in front of the main will be my chief, head of the section of division from the very start. Our Father is so amazing to contain all this information in one word to give us an understanding of how everything happened and how and why we are here today is amazing. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this layer 4 teaching of the word Barashit. Thank you for watching. God bless you, brothers and sisters. Please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in Barashit Layer 5, the 5th and final layer.